Hello, how are you doing today? It's Robin here. So welcome to my channel. This is AriesFireTarot. So I've been inspired, I've been guided to do a pick a deck mini reading for you guys. So I've got 4 decks in front of me and I've labeled them for you. You would have seen it on the thumbnail. So the first deck is going to be the Starman Tarot. The second deck is the Angel Tarot. The third deck is the Fairy Tarot, and then the fourth deck is going to be the Tattoo Tarot, Ink and Intuition. So if you just wanted to take a second and think about it, which deck you're most drawn to, what your intuition is telling you is going to be the right message for you, that would be great. So I'm just going to go to a pause right now and move the decks to the side so that I can start shuffling, and we'll start off with the Starman Tarot card deck first. Okay, just one sec. Okay, so welcome back, guys. If you have chosen the Starman Tarot card deck for your pick a deck general tarot card reading, I'm just going to start shuffling here and we'll see. I'm probably going to do about 3 cards and see what little message we can get for you guys. So the thing I like about, like the choose your card, choose your own deck reading is that it's your intuition bringing you to the reading that's appropriate for you at this moment. So I really hope that this does resonate for you and that we get a really meaningful message here for you. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and you could like, share, and subscribe if you're guided to do that. It really helps me on the channel. So I'm going to do 1 or 2 more shuffles, and then we can jump right in. Okay, I feel like that's good. So I'm going to take the top card here, and the card that we have for you is the Empress. So we really have an opportunity to shine forth here, you guys. If you feel like there's some sort of, being left behind by life, it doesn't have to be that way. You do have the Empress. She lets opportunities come to her intuitively, really allows her body to be her messenger. She's not really one to really intellectualize things. There's a sense of excitement that will come over you when you know that something is right for you. And that's the whole energy of the Empress, just being able to let go. And there's a phrase like let go and let God. And I'm not sure if you're religious or whatever it is that you might believe in, but just being able to close your eyes and listen to your higher self and follow that path. And that is what I'm seeing here. You're not being passed by life. You're being prepared for it. So just keep on following that guidance and moving forward. And then what we have next here, the second card that I pulled is the 4 of Swords, which is really interesting. In some decks that I have, the 4 of Swords, it's somebody like laying back and they almost look like a statue, just being really incredibly still. But what you'll notice that is different here in this card is that the character, he really resembles somebody that is meditating. So when you pair that with the Empress, it's like really starting to tune into the messages that you're getting from your higher self, or if you want to call it vibes or energy or source or God. Like, I just totally respect all of that. So whatever works for you as an individual. If you've not meditated, this might be a really good time for you to start, because there's something that happens when you can quiet your brain down and sort of tune into the energy around you. And I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a personal, and it's kind of a random reference, but just being able to tune in and listen to messages. So I lost a set of keys one day, and I was at home, and I just didn't know where they were, and I was just freaking out. I thought maybe I had left them at the store or something like that, and this had my car starter on it. So I was really worried that somebody would find them and, you know, come by and just start trying to start cars and then find my house. And, you know, I got myself really into like, you know, a scary movie type of scenario. So I finally just realized, okay, I just need to be calm and go within myself and listen. So I actually came in and sat down and got myself very much into the meditative pose. And I had a vision of where my keys were. And that's exactly where they were. So that's what I'm seeing here for you, is that if you need to see where you're going, once you quiet yourself down a little bit and kind of go within, the answers will come for you. Like you don't have to really, it feels good to talk to other people and get other people's opinions, but the opinion that you need to tune into is basically your own, the energy of the universe. Really just dialing into that, because it's got a lot more to say to you than bouncing it off somebody that, I mean, they probably have your best interest at heart, but nobody is more interested or should be interested in your path than you. So I'm just seeing the opportunity to take meditation a little bit more seriously, or be doing meditation daily. And it doesn't have to be, you know, a 3-hour session. Like 10 minutes is really good, or 20 minutes, or however long you can do it. There's no wrong way to meditate, you guys. So if it feels uncomfortable, if you're just starting, just keep going. And then you do have the Ace of Pentacles that comes in here too. So being able to visualize your abundance, the things that you want coming in for you. Like something that really sticks out in this particular Ace of Pentacles, if you look at the card, it grows roots down in order to blossom up. So like digging down to who you are and what your purpose is here, and being able to really rely on yourself, the strength within you to be able to recognize the best thing for you. I'm really seeing a great opportunity to gain your independence and your strength, and all coming from within you. You know, not having to rely so much on other resources to decide what next step is appropriate for you. Just really, really strong message here. Some of you could be going into a bit of a hermit phase, you know, where you need to find out who you are when you're not at work, or, you know, being a parent, or, you know, being a friend, like all these other like external demands that life places on us, and sort of going inside and saying, okay, well, this is the journey that I would like to be on, you know. And you can still do those two things. You can still be everything to everybody else, but being more to yourself. And I hope that makes sense. Just, you know, and if you're not familiar with the hermit phase, it's sort of carving out time to take care of your own spirit, your soul, like nurture yourself more, and then you could be like of higher value to yourself and the people around you. I think this is a really amazing little mini reading for you guys, just getting to know yourself and appreciating yourself, and taking time in silence to meditate. And you know, there's other ways to meditate too. You don't have to really sit still. There's walking meditation in nature. Yoga can be a meditation, just really being fully present in the moment and enjoying where you are, and letting messages come in, like filter through you to inspire you as you move forward in life. So guys, I think this is a really cool message. So I hope you think so too. You could let me know down below in the comments, and yeah, I would really appreciate that. So guys, I'll see you back here next time. Bye. Okay guys, so if you selected the second deck, that is the Angel Tarot card deck. So I haven't shuffled them yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and give a little shuffle. And just keep in mind, this is a general mini read. Even though you were like intuitively guided here, some of the messages may or may not resonate, so I hope they do. And you can let me know in the comments what you think. And you know, if you're not currently a subscriber, if you could take a second to subscribe to the channel, it really helps me continue to do all these free readings for everybody. So this deck, it combines archangels in the deck, and I find that really amazing about this deck, and it's actually one of the reasons that I bought it, is because I really have a connection to angels. Like if you were drawn to the Angel Tarot card deck, you probably have a strong connection to angels also. Like I do this whole series all about angels. I have a video playlist, so if that's your thing and you haven't seen them yet, it might be of interest to you. Because I do some in-depth description of who the angels are, and yeah, really interesting. Anyway, so I'm almost done shuffling here, guys. I have to keep shuffling until, you know, my spirit guides are like, okay, Robin, you're good to go. And I feel like, okay, one more, and then I'm going to do a deck cut and pull the middle card here, and we'll start off your mini reading, your pick a deck. So the first card I have for you guys is the Chariot. Amazing card to start your reading off with. And these cards actually have a little blurb of guidance down below. So what you need to know about the Chariot is that there's a new energy coming in here for you. And if you have been feeling a little bit stuck, you're able to change this yourself by thinking your way into a new paradigm, into a new reality. If you keep thinking over and over to yourself, well, nothing's ever going to change, or I'm so stuck here right now, that's probably just going to keep on going. So on the card, it says, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. Well, that's kind of interesting. So you could be publicly recognized for something. And I'm seeing the moon here really popping out in the background. So it could have something to do with the moon energy as it's tying into the Chariot. You've got a really wild energy here. You know, this is a really active Chariot card. Some of them, they just kind of sit there, but this one is like flying through the clouds, and like it's going so fast here that one of these horses he appears to be dissolving. So you could be moving, making I'm seeing like light years ahead, like having a real sudden spurt of growth. You know how things just like never happen and never happen and never happen, and then all of a sudden everything happens at once? That's what I'm seeing here. So I'm gonna do another card. And then we have the Star card. So, and there's archangels on these cards. The Chariot is Archangel Metatron, and the Star is Archangel Raphael. So the Star energy is related to happy times, making positive, optimistic, long-term plans, and that you're on the right path. So you definitely have a big change coming in. It could be something to do with, like I'm seeing some of you getting like publicly awarded for something. Some of you could be getting some sort of offer that is going to make the news. I'm actually seeing somebody winning the lottery. I'm seeing something of a certain magnitude happening here. I'm going to do a quick shuffle and pull another card. And you do have angels all around you right now. So if like I'm saying before, if it feels like things have been a little bit slow for you, it's just they're just sort of guiding you and making sure that you're going to be ready for this next really big pop of activity that's going to happen in your life. You know, and look at these wings here. Look at these wings on these angels. They're like, okay, we're just getting you ready to fly. Are you ready to fly? You know, things have been going slow for a reason. It's so that you've got your feet underneath you, and you're not going to just spiral downwards when you jump off the edge, you know, and knowing that you're going to be divinely supported. There's that safety net of these beautiful wings carrying you as you go along on the next big thing. And I do see a really big thing here for you. And then we have the 8 of Air. So I really see that this is, whoops, sorry about the glare, you guys. Here, let me turn on this light because it tends to take the glare off the card. Oh, that's a little bit better. So I'm really seeing that this is your present moment right now. You know, the 8 of Air. And, you know, if you're familiar with more traditional tarot card decks, this is where like the female figure is like she's blindfolded and she's like got a restraint around her wrists, and then she's standing in the middle of all these upright swords and she's totally trapped. So this is where you are right now, and things are moving forward, and you can see in this deck they use unicorns, but they're moving forward. Like you are able to move forward, and that feeling of being trapped, it's all going to release itself really soon. And this is an illusion of being trapped, right? So a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action, but you're coming up to that point, like you're on the teeter-totter. I don't know if you've ever read anything about the tipping point. I think it'd be really interesting for you following this read that, you know, you're just sort of at the status quo, but you're almost at this build-up point, the tipping point where things have to change for you. It's like you're just going to tip over into the next thing. And then when this happens for you, you know, you're just going to start expecting bigger and better things for yourself with the Star card. You're going to be like, come on, like I need something more important to happen for me. You know, is that all there is here? I deserve more than this. You know, I deserve a better job. I deserve a bigger house, or, you know, a bigger paycheck. I deserve to be happily married. You know, just keep on like repeating those affirmations. I am worthy. You know, I am blah, blah, blah. Keep on filling in that blank. I am something. And then all of that energy, that forward motion, that tipping point of like being released from this point of stagnation, it's just going to ignite you, you know, and just like you're going to head into the stratosphere with the Chariot, and it's going to go so fast for you. You're just really going to have to hang on to those reins, right? And just realize that all these angels are around you and surrounding you with their divine and perfect love, and they have you, right? This is what you asked for. So if things start to go a little bit too fast for you, just keep that in mind. So instead of being intimidated by that activity, like greet it head on, joyfully, like, oh yeah, it's finally here. I've got this. I can do this. You know, the angels have finally answered my prayers, and here we go. I'm going to, like, I'm moving on up where I belong. Oh, I'm going to start singing the theme song from the Jeffersons if anybody's ever seen that show. Anyway, but you know, this is what you wanted. So you're in the starter block right now. So just wait for that, you guys. And then boom, you're going to start going. Just keep on believing, keep asking, keep like almost demanding it. Tony Robbins has a really good video on how he does affirmations. I think he calls them declarations or something. You might want to look it up. But he's like, he puts a lot of energy into it. He's like, yeah, this is going to happen for me. Like, instead of like really, some people are really sedate about their affirmations and kind of quiet. But Tony Robbins is like, yeah, I'm getting this. I'm going for it. And this is the energy that's going to move you and take you off. Take you off? Okay, we're going to work with that. So, guys, I hope this was an interesting mini reading for you. You let me know what you think down below in the comments, and thanks again for tuning in. Bye for now. Take care. Okay, guys, so for those of you who selected deck number 3, this is one of my favorite decks, is the Fairy Tarot, and I just love the fairy on the back of the deck where she's like, can we just get on with it? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get on with it. Give you guys a nice little mini reading. I'm thinking 3 cards should do it, so I hope you enjoy this, guys. You could let me know what you think of your little mini reading down in the comments, and if you're not a current subscriber, if you wanted to take a second to tap the subscribe button, it really helps me keep the channel going. I love being here and doing these free readings for you guys, so yeah, that would really help. Anyway, just doing a quick little shuffle here, guys, just to get some nice fresh energy into the deck for you. And I just love the way this is feeling in my hands right now. I feel like this is going to be a pretty amazing message. So I'm going to do one more shuffle and we'll get going. You can see I'm really excited to do these. I'm getting a little rosy in the cheeks, but I am Irish. So we've got the Moon card here for you. It's a really beautiful card, and it says right on it, powerful, intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. So an epiphany is having it like an aha moment, right? You could have like figured something out finally. after a long time, like why something happened the way it did. Just seeing something for like with a sudden clarity. And I love this card to start you off with because I'm feeling like there's a little bit of a shrouded mystery going on in your life. Like, why did that happen 10 years ago? And it's something that might have been a puzzle for quite some time. And you're going to have this moment where you're like, oh, and then everything will fall into place for you. And then we have the Five of Autumn. So this is kind of a cool card here. Sorry, these are really glossy. It reminds me a little bit of Trick or Treat. And on the card it says, reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing for a career change. Feeling challenged by money issues. So that could have everything to do with this card here. Just having an epiphany that, oh, well, maybe I can't do everything on my own. You know, maybe I do need to let go a little bit with regards to money. I'm sort of getting like an incoming message here that some people just might not believe in credit cards or a certain way of banking, but you know, some things kind of depend on having a credit card. You know, if you're trying to build up your credit, if you're looking to, you know, buy a house in the future, like, or buy a car and, you know, somebody goes to do a credit check on you, if you don't have any sort of record of paying back a credit card or something like that. I'm just seeing this really related to building up your credit in order to make a bigger purchase somewhere down the line. Or I'm also seeing that some of you might need to be looking at ways to save money for your future a little bit more. I'm getting this sense that some people think that banks are not safe institutions, but they're kind of like, I want to say, a necessary evil. And remember, you guys, that you can sort of negotiate any sort of interest rate, you know, if that's what's kind of putting you off for stuff like that. You know, you don't have to take what is being advertised. You know, do your research when it comes to money. Just one sec. You can also negotiate salaries and stuff like that. Like, you have more power than you think you do when it comes to stuff like that. So I think you're going to have some sudden awareness about what is really happening with money. Some of you could just be tuning into the energy of money and realizing that any sort of negative perception of money is going to repel it a little bit, and taking help from people. Also, I'm just seeing a lot of misperceptions around money being shattered for many of you. You know, somebody offering a loan to you, like if it's family or whatever, somebody wants to help you out of a tough situation. That is an earth angel here helping you. You know, it's not very often that the universe is just going to rain down a big sack of money onto your backyard and you're like, oh, yay, my wishes came true, you know, and it doesn't really work like that. It has to be facilitated through some sort of human interaction here. So you have to accept that. And the more that you start accepting help from people, if, you know, somebody wants to buy you a coffee or pick up lunch or whatever, it's a blessing. So start saying yes to little things like that, and then you'll see that more starts flowing to you, and recognizing that you can negotiate bank rates and mortgage rates and credit card and stuff like that, and you have more power than you know. So really take charge of that, and if you need help sort of understanding things like that, ask, you know, go on to websites and stuff like that, and really research into like what the bank is offering. And I can give you a little bit of a personal story here. Years ago, I was buying a house. I don't live in that house anymore, but anyway, so I was looking at all the different rates of mortgages, and then I just kept on reading and going into different pages of this particular bank's website. So when I went in to negotiate the mortgage, you know, the bank loan guy, he gives me option A and option B. And I said, well, what about this option? you know, where, hello, the rate is lower and the term is shorter. And he said, well, where did you find that? As if like accusing me. And I was like, well, it's on your website, you know, so just dig a little bit deeper, you guys, into what is actually available for you, because you don't necessarily need to take the status quo. So I pulled another card here, and this is the Prince of Spring. Whoops, and I just let it drop. So this says, take immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. Ooh, well. So you definitely, this says being charming and self-confident, being passionate about something and feeling restless. So if money is holding you back, you guys, I'm seeing like a little bit of money trouble, money worry here. Like, don't let it get to you. There's always ways around everything. Johnny Depp was quoted as saying, the problem is not the problem is the way that you think about the problem. So if you think that you're being defeated financially, you probably will be. You know, so do your research, pick up the phone, negotiate. Who can I talk to about this? Why is this rate so high? Why am I paying so much in banking fees? You know, like really start investigating and taking ownership of what's going on. And you could even shop around for different banks and stuff like that. I think this is a really interesting message for people that are looking to buy a new car or house or get a credit card. Yeah, so just a little bit of a financial advice here for you guys. So I hope that's what you were expecting, or maybe it was the thing that you weren't expecting it but needed to hear anyway. It's pretty interesting what can come out in the cards sometimes. Like I never know what the cards are going to say. So I hope this was at least an interesting message for you guys, but you can let me know what you think down below in the comments. And I mean, if you think it sucks, that's probably none of my business. You don't have to tell me, but thanks for tuning in. So I'll see you back here next time. Bye guys. Bye. Okay, here we are guys with the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck for those of you that selected deck 4 for your Choose a Deck intuitive reading. If you were guided, this message could be for you, and I hope you do enjoy. You could let me know down below in the comments, and like take a second to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. That really helps me on the channel. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope it does resonate. But again, it's a general read, so anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoy. So I'm just going to shuffle a couple times, and I'll do 3 cards for you. A nice little mini reading. Oh, all my decks are so big. I have a hard time holding them in my little tiny hands. So here. Cool card to start you off with. So we've got the Hanged Man here. So this is really a strange card, especially if you're really not into tarot that much. When you first look at it, you're like, why is he doing that? And, you know, it looks like he's in trouble, but he's not. This is somebody that takes a step back deliberately and looks at something from a different angle because there's something more to see. So if you've been guided to this particular reading, I'm going to shut this light off because it's blinding me. You know, it could be that you're missing a detail somewhere. I'm just going to take a little snippet. I did a private reading for somebody a while ago, and this card came up in her reading, and I was saying, you know what? There's something wrong with a contract. You have a contract out with somebody and there's been a detail missed. And it was because of this card here. And sure enough, she went back, like she was setting up a trade show with a vendor. And there was something wrong in the contract and she would have had no space. But it was knowing that she had to step back and take a second look at it through the reading that I did for her, that she was able to fix that before the event went off. So there's something missing. Like if you're trying to negotiate something, if you're looking at a salary, like buying a house, something is missing here. There's some piece of the puzzle that hasn't been put in place for you. Either that or there's some sort of conversation that could have been misinterpreted for you guys. So maybe just take a little bit more of a dispassionate look at it, like leave emotion out of it and step back a little bit. So let's pull another card here. So we have the 7 of Coins here. 7 of Coins is related to you know, taking care of your money, looking at ways to grow your money. What is happening here? Are you getting the whole picture? And it's funny, like, it was the fairy tarot I just did. That one was a little bit of a lesson about money too, but in a different way. So if you are interested in hearing a little bit more about finance, you might want to check out deck number 3. But anyway, so there's some sort of generational thing going on here. I'm seeing this more as related to some sort of generational debt. There could be a will involved, some sort of misunderstanding here between family members and money. I'm seeing that there's some sort of urban legend going on. This is really interesting. I'm going to pull another card here. So this is the 6 of Coins. So we've got the 6 of Coins and the 7 of Coins. So there's give and take here. And I'm really seeing this between family members. I'm seeing that somebody in the family feels shortchanged or ripped off. If your parents, this could be your children, actually. They could be perceiving that a sibling or cousin, somebody else in the family is getting more than they are, and they're kind of feeling irritated about that. There's some sort of discontent about finance in the family right now. You can see here that money is going back and forth. Something is going on financially, and then you've got your generational wealth here. I think you're missing a detail. You're missing somebody's emotion, maybe. You're missing some sort of feedback, like kind of not taking it seriously. I think there could be somebody around you that's like kind of cracking jokes about money and, oh, hey, how come so-and-so, you know, how come they got their college tuition paid for and I didn't, ha ha ha, you know, and they're saying it in a lighthearted manner, but they mean it, you know. There's some message that's kind of going over your head, or it could be your message going over somebody else's head. Like if you're talking to your parents, like, yeah, why did that happen? Like, why did they get a new car and I didn't? Something is being left out. There is somebody in your family feeling really left out here, and that needs to be taken a little bit more seriously. And it may or may not have to do with money, but it could be like a family heirloom. Somebody could have inherited the house that was left, and you know, just they decided to move into it instead of selling it and sharing the profit with everybody else. I'm really seeing like sort of a build up to the Hatfield and McCoys here over something. So I'm going to pull one more card, and then we've got the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups, it talks about having enough finance and enough friends to be able to celebrate all together. So there's a real call here to look into something that might have seemed a little bit silly on the surface. You know, somebody, they're not just a little annoyed. They're a lot annoyed. They could be deeply hurt here. Somebody's being favored in some way, in their own way of thinking, you know, and they're not seeing it the same way that you are. There's just a definite feeling of unfairness, and it could be the people that you call your family. It doesn't necessarily need to be your blood family. There's some sort of one person is thinking that everybody else around them is being favored and they're being left to fend for themselves, and they don't understand why. And it, like, seriously, if this doesn't get addressed sooner rather than later, I really see like a big blowout, a big blow up happening. And somebody's going to be, they're going to be so wounded, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back and trust other people in the family. They just want what they perceive to be their fair share of love, or their fair share of money, or, you know, something like that. It's something to do with the family bonding. Hold on for one sec. Sorry, I've done so many readings today, like my throat is getting sore already, but I'm just seeing that there's some unfairness in your realm that you might have an inkling about. So if you are aware of somebody kind of piping up and saying, well, that's not really cool, like really take that seriously and really go nurture that and find out how that other person is feeling. Like, take a different look at it. And if you are being ignored, if you are the one saying, yeah, why is that happening and why am I being excluded, you need to go and tell that person or people, the family, whoever, that you need to be taken seriously right now because you feel like you're super left out. And it's going to be okay. I can see that with the 9 of Cups. Everything can be healed, but this is the moment to nip it in the bud. This is the time where you just go and fix it now, you know, before some big, huge grudge or fight ensues. Like, and you don't want that. I see for some of you, it's really centered around, you know, the passing of someone in your family and leaving money, and so there's some sort of imbalance. I think a lot of it has to do with money, but I think a lot of it has to do with just somebody feeling left out in the cold while everybody else sits around a nice hot fire toasting marshmallows. So this is your calling to go and fix any sort of hurt that might be going on in your family, even if it seems to be something that you think that they're making fun of. They're not. They're being deadly serious. And yeah, you need to sort of sweep in there and rescue that person, or go and really make yourself known to the person that is slighting you. You know, go and like speak your mind and shout it from the rooftops if you have to get this healing going. Really interesting cards for you guys. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'll see you back here another time. Bye guys. Bye.